And then the day in question, I was not in the Senate. I was in NMPC hospital. When I came out of the hospital, my driver said to me, Madam, there's wahala in the Senate. I said, what about?
Right.
He didn't tell me. He just said Senator Natasha. As soon as I heard her name, as I always do with everything that concerns her, I promptly called her. I said, Natasha, what's going on? He said, he started to try to explain about seating. She had not given me the proper explanation. I had not been given the opportunity to respond when she said to me, I'll call you back, I'll call you back. Till today, Senator Natasha has not called me back. I have a smartphone. Before I called Senator Natasha's husband, I had called Senator Natasha twice without response.
Okay.
Then I called him to say, I've called her twice, she's not answering me. He said, oh, she went to Singapore. Maybe that's why. And then I said to him, this is not the way this should be handled. Now, let's go on to other things. The reason we've heard it said everywhere that the 3 women in the Senate have been silent. Yes, because silence is golden, especially when one of us is not following the rules. And as women, we did not want to come out publicly to say anything negative about her. And we were hoping all of this will blow over, as a lot of things do. Now, the truth of the matter is, yes, the Senate is not gender friendly.
Okay. That's all I want to hear from her so far. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Uncle Beno. If this is the first time you're watching my channel, please hit the subscribe button and, of course, give us thumbs up. So, Senator Ireti Kingibe, who became a senator under the party known as Labour Party, and I remember when she was running for office, many of us, even those of us in diaspora, we were rooting for her because we were supporting Peter Obi, and Peter Obi was the flag bearer of the Labour Party. So, going by the Senator Natasha Akpoti issue, it will surprise you to know that the people who actually are in charge of her suspension, I mean, the 2 main characters in her suspension, what's that senator's name? Irume or something, and Ireti Kingibe, they are both from the Labour Party. Now, I'm not saying they should suspend her if the matter is worth suspension, but the problem is Senator Natasha was not given a fair hearing. And now, Ireti Kingibe, from the first time she appears on her Rise News on this matter, it seems apparently she was there to throw Senator Natasha under the bus. And Nigerians have spoken, Nigerians have risen, many Nigerians have called her out, especially the female folks. Shout out to all the female advocates out there, those who are fighting for female equity and gender-friendly environment. I give you my salute. You guys should take your flowers. So they called out Senator Ireti Kingibe, and all of a sudden, Senator Ireti Kingibe to her Twitter to now begin to shalaye like we say in Nigeria. So she was trying to explain her stance and try to walk back everything she said on Arise News, but I guess it is too late. So in case if you're watching this episode for the first time, this is the series we called How to Fix Nigeria. So I'm going to read her statement, her press release, and then I will give you my take on how we can fix Nigeria, starting with the lawmakers. Remember, I said on my show yesterday, I am not in support of violence. I don't think violence is the answer, but we can stand on our right and we can take all these lawmakers on. Not by violence, not by some explosive revolution. No, it's just by we standing to reclaim our right. So let me read to you guys what Senator Ireti Kingibe put out there. And here it goes. She said, as you can see, I'm taking this from her Twitter handle, Senator Ireti Kingibe. So you can go there and verify for yourself. Press release: my unwavering stance for justice and women's rights. As the senator representing the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, in the 10th Senate and the chairperson of the Senate Committee on Women Affairs, I would like to state to all Nigerians that I am aware of the public dismay and I would like to address a few things officially. All right, we're listening, Mama. She went further and said, first, I would like to assure Nigerians that I will be at the forefront to champion the sexual harassment case involving my colleague, Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, when the investigation comes to the red chamber. I am aware of the narrative that has been going around, and to set the record straight, my actions were not to undermine her claims, but to buttress that I was not aware in the first place of any such happenings. Notwithstanding, I remain steadfast in the fight against all forms of violence against girls and women. As a sitting senator, I will always defend the truth and fight to right all wrongs. Over the years, sexual harassment and assault have become commonplace in our homes and workplaces. Every Nigerian, irrespective of gender, ethnicity, or religion, should be committed to the struggle to end it, as it affects all genders. Once an accusation of sexual harassment is formally tabled before the Senate, it won't be incumbent on the body to know that this weighty issue must be investigated thoroughly by the appropriate mechanism within the institution of the state. This exactly is what we were expecting her to say when she granted that interview with Arise TV. But Senator Ireti Kingibe never mentioned fairness, never talked about investigation. All she did was to say, oh, Senator Natasha behaved this way, she behaved that way, blah, 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 blah. And then she finally said, though the Senate is not gender friendly. Come on, you're a woman. You should have said this from the onset. All you got to say is, this is an allegation. I am not saying the Senate president did it, and I'm not saying Natasha is right, but I think Natasha should be given a fair hearing in the House floor. That's all that matters. But, you know, she did what every other guys did. Those who are fighting for the Senate president, those who are trying to be good boys and good girls to the Senate president, she retreated their narrative. So let me continue the reading. She said, the office of the Chairperson of the Senate Committee on Women Affairs, which I chair, stands as a pillar of hope and a watershed for equality, equity, inclusivity, and opportunity. It offers Nigerian women recourse, refuge, and the right to dignity and social justice. It is in this capacity that I'm demanding an open, transparent, and fair investigation into the allegations of sexual harassment. Justice, fairness, and equity must be provided for everyone, regardless of gender, position, or social class. Now, let me quickly round this up here. The reason she is making this statement publicly now is because the backlash is loud. She's beginning to realize that if Senator Natasha continues on the trajectory she's going right now, the Senate president might probably lose his chair. He might even be dismissed from the Senate, although he's an elected officer, so he may just be removed as Senate president. However, if this turns out that Senator Natasha was not given a fair hearing, as we all saw, Senator Ireti Kingibe herself will taste some of those bitter pills. So here is my take as far as fixing Nigeria is concerned. Senator Ireti Kingibe should not be returned to the Senate. Period. You don't have to fight politicians. You don't have to block the road. You don't have to create destruction. You speak with your vote. Come 2027, hell no. He ain't going back. That's how you send a message to the lawmakers, and then you get the lawmakers on their feet to force them to do the right thing. Don't vote them back in. That's my take. I'll see you guys on the next episode. This, of course, is my channel, Uncle Beno, and you know, I just say it the way I see it. Now, if you are watching for the first time and you are yet to subscribe, please subscribe to my channel. And of course, leave your thoughts in the comment. I would like to read from you. I'm always in the chat, you know, we can go back and forth. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye for now.
Welcome to the African Podcast, your go-to destination for infotainment, trending updates, and thought